Hello everyone, welcome to the Times of India Industry Changemakers, not 2026. In studio today we have with us Mr. Yogesh Choudhary, Managing Director and Chairman, Tejascore Techsystems Inc. Welcome sir, thank you so much for joining us today. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's always nice to be here.
Yes, so my first question to you is going to be ET has recognized your work at a pivotal time. What does this award mean to you personally and professionally?
See, getting recognized always is great. Getting recognized by ET gives a real pleasure. Thanks for that. And as far as professional achievements, when getting recognized at a particular stage, they always take you to the next levels. You feel energetic, always excited about anything of that sort. When it comes to achievements which are getting recognized, and you have done something behind it, and there is the stage which helps you to take you next levels, it's great. That's what I can say at this point of time. When it comes to professional aspects which you have been working on for a particular long period of time, and then you feel delighted to take it to the next stages.
Exactly. So my next question to you is going to be that you are in a process of deploying nearly 1800 crores in India through acquisitions. What theme or gaps in the automobile and mobility ecosystem are you more focused on?
We have been working on to car cockpit aspect. We have been working on this particular platform acquisition for almost last 18 odd months. We are now at the final stages of getting the companies acquired over here. Not only in India, we are also acquiring certain companies overseas who have subsidiaries over here.
Okay.
So directly and indirectly, the total deployment is not only 1800 crores, it is almost like 2700 crores between India, Germany, and China. So we'll be probably one of the companies which will have a subsidiary in China operating for Chinese OEMs.
Okay.
So that's something which is delightful. And our space of work is car cockpit, wherein we'll be providing right from the steering switches to the modules to the HMI aspect of it. Also, various apps which getting integrated, and we are also working on operating system to bring for the industry.
That is so nice to hear, and it is a feeling of proud that we get when we hear about companies working on that level. And sir, my next question to you is going to be that we all know that India's auto industry is evolving very rapidly with EVs, software, and electronics. How do you decide which company is acquisition ready versus a future bet?
See, at this point of time, if you look into it, India is, of course, at an evolving stage, and India has followed European and American
Exactly.
manufacturers, and technology has been developed there, and it has been deployed here, and we have been kind of, getting the technology almost 5 to 7 years after the technology was already in place. So
Exactly.
either it is ADAS 1 or it is ADAS 2 or it is on HMIs. We have been kind of, at the back seat. But now the time has come that we will have to be, matching with them and walking with them at the pace where the entire industry, global industry is actually at. And that's the reason why we have invested into a company, and not only one, three companies, Germany and China having subsidiaries in India. So those companies are actually having German technology base, China manufacturing setup.
Okay.
And so we are ready to have those scales from China, produce them in India, supply them back to Germany, and the integration is far too much over here. A, when your question was which companies are future ready
Exactly.
or which companies are the ones which we are looking at for investments, uh, we wanted to be into the space wherein the technology is available.
Okay.
For example, the company which we are acquiring, it has already got 293 patents, out of which 200 plus are already in commercial space,
Okay.
which are going to help the industry also. Uh, all the companies which have their own homegrown technologies, which are well established with the OEMs, with the car manufacturers, are the ones which are future ready,
Exactly.
not the ones which are just going to do, print to make kind of a situation which was there in India. And today, the speed at which we have to work so that we are competing with all the manufacturers, those who want to come into India, or Indian companies, those who want to go and have their manufacturing setups or bases overseas. If you look into Tatas and Mahindras, they have come up very well in
Exactly.
EVs, and they have taken quite a bit of space from the conventional passenger car IC engine manufacturers. And that's the kind of theme we are also looking at to support the Indian industry and also support ourselves to grow faster and be competitive as well.
Okay. And we are talking about Indian market, Indian founders. So we have seen that many founders struggle with scaling beyond India. What operational or governance shift, is essential to make Indian auto companies globally competitive at this time we talk about?
See, the scale at which, if you look at it, the competitiveness and the scale which helps is the scale to be seen is in China, because the way they work, the way the infrastructure is available, the way the government support is available, is something which encourages the entrepreneurs as well as the companies to take it to the next level.
Okay.
Currently in India, we've had conventional people, those who have been working onto it. Startups have not been into the auto space specifically. There have
Exactly.
been very few. So the Indian manufacturers, those who have been there in the conventional space, have actually not looked at countries beyond Europe as an acquisition space, or in US beyond the acquisition space, entering into China, which helps you gain the speed of China, development of China, and also the kind of competitive environment you are working with.
Exactly.
Indian manufacturers, all component manufacturers or passenger car manufacturers or truck manufacturers, they actually have feared into the manufacturing space of the Eastern countries, either it is China or Japan, which is actually, I think that it is going to be always better if you go there, feel that, have the understanding of it. I've worked in China in different companies, seen the activities, how they perform, how they work, and how they actually deliver. So the speed is essential to be competitive. The scale is essential to be helping you out, be ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
That's what is very important. Indian manufacturers, those who have not gone to that particular part of the world, my personal feeling is that has been the deficit, I would say, a gap which we need to actually bridge and look beyond that.
Exactly.
So that's it.
Exactly. So my next and the last question for you is going to be, looking ahead 5 years, what role do you see India playing in the global automotive value chain, and also how are your investments aligned with that vision?
All passenger cars which are there today are actually becoming kind of a computer space more
Yeah.
than uh, anything called vehicle. It is more of a comfort, luxury, and a pleasure what a person gets
Exactly.
getting into car is something is going to be the one which is going to drive you next. So that's the reason why we are going into cockpit space, which actually gives you a feel. Presence of yours in the car actually should be more than being at home.
Exactly.
Half the time what you look into the car gives you a different feel factor, and if at all your product lines are aligned with that, so either it is software, it is hardware, it is in terms of feel, fit, finish, is what we are focusing on. Our product lines which are cockpit based, module HMIs, touch panels, screens, along with the software, hardware, and also the operating systems which we are working upon. The companies which we are acquiring already have those technologies available. They are the suppliers to the best manufacturers in the world, which are going to give us a real large space and large footprint to have the business in. The company which we are acquiring already, or which we are already at the final stages of acquisition in China, they have been awarded business by BYD and Geely, which is worth 30 to 60 million euros. And that's the kind of scale which we have to produce for them over there. Those companies want to be in India, and the technology what is there is supposed to be farmed over here,
Exactly.
which we are actually working upon. And in next 5 years time frame, we feel that whatever companies we are acquiring today, in next 5 years they are going to be one of those drivers of the Indian automotive industries, and going to take it to the next level.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chaudhary, for having this conversation with us. I'm sure Many Indian founders are going to watch this and get clarity and strategies out of the conversation that we just had. And congratulations for the recognition that you're going to receive very soon. We are so excited for that. Thanks a lot for taking time, and thank you so much for having this conversation.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.